Hey, welcome to It's Factor Football. If you were going to line up and play one game right now, what running back would you pick? Who's the best? I've come up with my very own formula for ranking running backs. I looked at four main categories: touches per game, rushing attempts, and receptions combined yards per game, rushing, receiving, yards per touch, and touchdowns per game. Each running back was assigned a ranking in every category, and then, of course, an accumulative total score. These stats are taken from the last two seasons of production. The only caveat is rookies who are on this list, and in that case, 1 year of production. Here are five running backs that you won't find on this list, some of which I am surprised with. They include Chuba Hubbard, Jalen Warren, Tony Pollard, Javonte Williams, and Travis Etienne. So, how are the top 25 running back rankings looking? Well, here we go. RB25, Quinshawn Judkins. His highest ranked category was touches per game, in which he tied for 10th, but placed last in yards per touch. RB24, this one surprised me. Ramondre Stevenson. His highest ranking was in touchdowns per game. Next, we have a tie for RB22. Here's the first one: Aaron Jones. He ranked inside the top 20 in yards per touch and yards per game. Also tied at RB22, David Montgomery. He scored low in touches per game and yards per game, but was inside the top 15 in touchdowns per game and yards per touch. RB21, maybe a slight surprise as well, Rico Dowdle. He's been very good when given the chance. RB20, our first rookie on the list, Travion Henderson. He tied for 6th overall place in yards per touch and tied for 15th in touchdowns per game. It'll be fun to see what he can do with a bigger workload. RB19, Ashton Genty. He was a workhorse for the Raiders, where he ranked 8th in touches per game and near the bottom in yards per touch. Next, we have a three-way tie for RB16. Let's kick it off with Alvin Kamara. He ranked inside the top 10 in touches per game and 13th in yards per game. Also tied for RB16, DeAndre Swift, who has quietly been very solid. He ranked inside the top 20 in 3 out of 4 categories. Our final RB of the three-way tie, Omarion Hampton. He also had 3 out of 4 finishes in the top 20. I like him as a top 10 fantasy running back next year, but that's for another video. Now, onto the top 15, and we start out with another surprise, at least in my opinion. RB15, J.K. Dobbins. Dobbins' career started about as bad as it could get, but he's been quite efficient the last couple of seasons. He also has 3 out of 4 categories where he finished inside the top 20. RB14, Breece Hall. I can only wonder how good he'd be on a better team. Hall ranks inside the top 12 in yards per touch and yards per game. RB13, Cam Scadaboo. Most of his numbers were mediocre, but it was his high touchdown rate that gets him this ranking. RB12, Bucky Irving. His 2 highest rankings were yards per touch and yards per game. He will be in an interesting committee next year. We'll see how he does. RB11, Chase Brown. Brown ranks inside the top 15 in 3 out of 4 categories. Now on to the top 10. I do agree that we have the correct 10 players, but I maybe don't agree with the order. Let's take a look. RB10, Josh Jacobs. Jacobs ranks inside the top 10 in 3 out of 4 categories, but his low yards per touch ranking hold him back. RB9, Kyren Williams. His rankings are very similar to Jacobs, but just a touch better. RB8, Devon Achane. He's an electric player. He tied for 3rd in yards per touch. RB7, James Cook. He finished top 5 in both yards per touch and touchdowns per game. Next, we have a tie at RB5, starting with Jonathan Taylor. He ranked 2nd in touches per game and touchdowns per game. Also tied at RB5 is Saquon Barkley. He ranked 4th overall in touches per game and yards per game. RB4, Christian McCaffrey. He ranks number 1 in touches per game and number 2 in yards per game. Here's the top 3. RB3, Jahmyr Gibbs. He ranked 1st overall in yards per touch and touchdowns per game. RB2, Bijan Robinson. He ranked number 1 in yards per game. And that leaves us with our RB1, Derrick Henry. He didn't rank number 1 in any single category, but was top 5 in all 4 categories, giving him the best overall total. I don't agree with all the rankings. What do you think? Who's too high? Who's too low? This has been It's Factor Football. Thanks for watching.